Hello there, happy Saturday. Not a bad day today, not sunshiny, but just, so-so. Decided to come out on the deck, although my co-hosts are out in force. They weren't when I came out on the deck, but as soon as I sat down with the camera, they appeared. It's like, hey, she's got the video camera out, let's zip over. There's a massive big one somewhere. Oh well. I'm sure you've got used to the sound of the birds by now. Well, I've just come back from shopping, food shopping, nothing exciting. And the other week my niece was juggling the drinks. She always gets us drinks, and she dropped hers and it went everywhere. I've just dropped my fruit one. So the deck is now covered in this orange. I'm blaming these lids. These lids are pathetic. I don't want to touch it too much. That's what I've got left. It was full. So I don't want to touch it in case I get it all over my clothes. Now I'm going to put it down again and probably drop it even further. They're just so squashy and flimsy. Oh, now I've got it all over my fingers. Excuse me. I'm going to be touching my crochet in a minute. Oh. My friend came yesterday, Claire from Making Mart, and I had a facial. And I got a lovely compliment. She said my skin was like a 40-year-old's. I do take care of my skin, I must confess. And it's also a big help living where I live, which is a rainy district. And I've just realised I have not switched on my microphone, so you'll have to excuse me a minute. Let me see, what do I do? Switch it. Oh dear. So I switched it on now. Here I am. So I don't know whether it's made any difference switching on the microphone or not. You'll have to let me know, because the first bit of it, there was no mic. Well, there was, but it was the internal mic. And the other video I did was the internal mic, but then I was indoors, so I didn't have my co-hosts trilling at me. Well, I'm trying to be summery today. I've got white trousers on, a white t-shirt, which I don't wear a lot of, but I do occasionally, and this cardigan top, which I cannot remember the pattern. It was in a book. If you want to know, I'll have to dig the book out and let you know. It's quite a pretty one. It's got like a lacy panel bit at the bottom of it. I don't feel like standing up because I hurt. I've got that kind of hurty thing, you know, when you've been to the gym or you've overexerted yourself running or doing something. See, I do have a good memory when I want to. But you know when you've done too much and every bit of you hurts and you're walking around going, oh, I shouldn't have gone to the gym yesterday. That's how I feel today. And yet I've not done anything out of the ordinary. First things first, I bought a pattern from eBay this time. I would imagine it's not an old one because it looks in fairly good nick, doesn't it? It's a King Cole 2295. It's got one crochet in the green and one knitted in the pink. So I would imagine you'd be able to get this pattern if you're able to get King Cole patterns. So, yeah, I don't know whether the chart's for the knitting or for the crochet, I don't know. Let me have a read. Yeah, work from the chart. The chart is for the crochet. I'm getting good at charts, except Japanese ones. Oh, can't make head or tail of those. And drops ones are not the easiest to follow. Have you ever followed a drops pattern? Their patterns are gorgeous when you manage to follow them out. Beautiful patterns, and they're all free. But unless you're concentrating on what you're doing, it's... Well, I undid the cardigan I'm doing because it's side to side and it had the ribbon on it as you were going along. And you know when you get that horrible feeling that you're just not going to have enough to get to the other sleeve because it's like side to side. So I pulled it back to where the arms join on and I've put the stitches that were supposed to be for the ribbon. I've not added them on, I've just left them. Why am I showing you the knotty side? Because it doesn't go very far, this yarn, because it's super thick. It's gorgeous yarn, but it isn't known for its yardage. So what I'll do is I'll carry on, and with having, it's got like 12 stitches now less on, well, 6 stitches less on each side. So it'll make it very short, because that's going to be the length of it from the top down to the bottom. But at least I'll get to the other side, which I wasn't going to do, and I didn't fancy having a sleeve in a different colour, you know. Don't mind having ribbon in a different colour, you know, and the border band's a different colour. But I didn't want, you know, a sleeve, the end of a sleeve in a different colour. So anyway, I was talking to my friend Jenny last night on the old Google, as you do. So I managed to bite the bullet, pull it undone, and there we go, started again. But it's a lovely colour, isn't it? But the yarn's discontinued, which is why I couldn't just go and get another ball of it, which would have been the simple thing to do, wouldn't it, really? Just go online and order yourself another ball. No doubt if I'd have searched through somebody's D-stash and hunted and searched about, I might have found another one, but I wasn't going to take that chance. I didn't want to finish it all off and then, you know, be a bit short. See, that's the pattern I'm doing. But as you can see, the ribbon, I don't know whether you can see or not, the ribbon at the bottom is done as you're going along because you're working side to side. So that's the bit I've taken off. As we said, if the worst comes to the worst, I can have a different coloured ribbon and a different coloured front band, yeah. Not a problem. Well, I had a nice surprise when I came. Well, no, it was before I went shopping, that's right. I had a nice surprise. I'd had a memo thing from wherever it is, DHL or wherever was delivering it, saying they were going to deliver my ice order on Monday. And there was a very lovely man standing there today. I don't know what nationality the drivers are. They're all maybe Polish, Ukrainian or something. There's somebody in the EU anyway. But they're all very, very polite. Very, very polite, the drivers. I think it came DHL, I'm not too sure. Doesn't say, just said it came Skynet. But I think it came DHL, I'm not sure. I looked at the van, but of course, zip. In my brain at one side and out my brain at the other. Right, so I'm doing my best here to try and open it without cutting anything. I'm always a bit wary of using a knife or scissors. Oh, I'm liking what I've seen so far. Very pretty. This was one of these whim moments. I was feeling a bit rough in the middle of the week. Fatal. For me. Fatal. You let me near a PC and I'm not feeling clever. Things jump in the basket. And I shouldn't be buying anything. I mean, I said to Kelly, I'm tempted to buy something. And she's going, no, take it out your basket. But I didn't take any notice, Kelly, sorry. It's, I don't know. All it says is pastel cotton, turquoise, pink and white. As Krista says, if you watch Secret Yarnery, they could do with employing somebody to design some nice names for the things. So that's what it is. You can see the numbers. It's G8 and then it's 57281. And 50 grams. And I do think it is so good, nice with white, wouldn't it? Go lovely with my white things. It's pastel cotton. I'm not sure if it's all cotton or whether it's a cotton mix. Trying to read the labels, people. Oh, it's 100% cotton. And it's got needle sizes on it, but I can't see. Looks a bit like double knit to me, or just maybe a bit thicker than the double knit. Going the wrong way again as usual. Can you shout to me, go the other way? That's what it is, and it's called Pastel Cotton. You can read it. Pastel Cotton. But the shades are beautiful, aren't they? So pastel-y. I know this is not for me, but I'd love a top, you know, to go with my white pants for the summer. Yes, I definitely like that. I've only bought 2 colours, so I won't be boring you with a mad haul or anything. I've just got 2 packs. There's 850 grams in each one. But I usually like to get 2. Oh, nearly put it in the orange juicer. That'll never do. I like to get 2 packs, and then I can decide to either make... Oh no, I bought more. I bought 1 pack of this colour, 1 pack of that turquoise. There's 2 packs of another colour. This one's got shades of lime in it, isn't it pretty? Again, this is the pastel cotton. Nice. Going the wrong way again. So pretty. It's got lime green in it. A sort of a denim blue and a peach colour. Let's see how they describe it. Something wonderful, won't it? We all know that with ice. It says G12 57285. Pastel cotton, light green, fuchsia, grey and white. Well, I wouldn't call it grey actually. It looks a little bit more denim blue to me, but I am not to argue. That's what they've called it. And then I appear to have bought 2 different ones. They're the same colour, but they're different. See, I can't remember what I ordered. This is still the same, the pastel cotton. It's pink shades, light lilac and cream. Good description. Let me find out where you open it. Very pretty shades. Well, I think they are anyway. I just couldn't resist. They were like calling to me and saying, beautiful pastel shades, buy them, buy them. I don't mind having some, colours that I like, what I call fleck or shaded, because then you can just do a very sort of simple top. This is very, very similar colour, but it's a different yarn completely. This is Palermo cotton. Light pink, light lilac and white. The other one says it's cream, this one says it's white. Looks cream to me. Very, very similar colours, but it's a completely different texture. This one feels slightly rougher. I don't mean rough, but rougher. It's got a different look to it. It's got like little bits and pieces. Can you see it hanging off of it? Is this 100% cotton? No, it's a mixture, this one. 38 cotton, 45 acrylic, 20% polyamide. And the recommended needle size is 4mm, so again it's a double knitting-ish, but it's a lot more textured. The other cottons are smooth, but this is more textured. Did you enjoy opening that packet with me? I like to try and open them on camera, because then it's more exciting, isn't it? Because you're viewing them at the same time as me. But they are very, very similar in colour. It's just that one's the plain, sorry for all the rustling, one's the plain flat sort of texture, and this one's the wobbly texture. Ooh, I'm so excited! Can't wait! My friend Claire's taken the 3 tops that I've finished. She was taking some photographs of something else today, so she's took mine with her to take photographs of, which I'm glad of. Oh God, it's orange everywhere all over the deck. I'll have to swish it down, otherwise it'll be all ants and things. I'm fatal to wear anything white. My son is exactly the same. He loves a white t-shirt, but every time he wears one, something splodges down the front of him. I'm the same. I've already wiped up one splodge today. And I have no idea what that was because I only had porridge. And I wasn't even dressed when I had the porridge. So where the heck I get a splodge from, I don't know. Yeah. So I tried to match my beads to what I'm wearing. You know what I'm like, miscoordination. My hair is rapidly going grey at the top. But my niece has just been away to Brighton and managed to get food poisoning from a restaurant in Brighton. So she was not feeling like staying around today. She just took me shopping and got her own shopping and went home again. Because she's still got the upset stomach and everything. But she said she'll do it next week. So I've got me dye at the ready, so I'll be back into a red head by next week. Oh, can you hear my little co-hosts? There they are, twittering and tweeting away. They wait for you. I've got two in a gutter over there. I've got one in a gutter there, and they're having a contest. Let's see who can sing the loudest. Well, I still haven't gone upstairs to have a good look in my patterns because I've got lots and lots of nice patterns upstairs, but I just haven't been up there and had a look. I mean, Kelly said to me, why are you crocheting this thick yarn? And I said, because I didn't want to put any more yarn in my stash room, if you know what I mean. I'd rather finish off a cardigan and then put that in my finished, you know, my sweaters, because this is for me personally. Usually when I get gifted anything, you know, yarns and that, I keep it for myself. Because I don't want to put it up for sale and try to make a profit off somebody's gift. So I'm a bit funny that way. So if anybody gives me anything, unless they say, use it how you want, you know, we don't mind, you sell it, we don't mind. I normally keep it for myself. And I like this colour, I think it's a lovely colour. And it'll go nice with a couple of my dresses for the winter. I've got dresses in this goldy colour. I've got dresses in a darker purple. And I've got dresses in red, so it'll go with quite a few things in my wardrobe in the winter. So, you know, try to economise, like wear shawls, wear jackets and things, rather than cranking up the heating and wearing short sleeves top. Or a dress. I'm using a 10mm hook. As usual, I'm going completely off-piste with this pattern. Pattern's in ordinary chunky on an 8mm hook. I'm on a 10mm hook and super chunky. Is it any wonder I'm having size problems? This is why I always sound as though I'm being very reticent when people say, what did you do? Which pattern did you do? And I sound as though I'm not wanting to tell people, but I don't stick to a pattern. I do so many amendments on a pattern. I look at it and think, nah, that doesn't look right, that doesn't look like the right size, I'll just do this here and I'll just do that there. So when people say, oh, you know, which pattern did you use? I'm like, if I tell them, they're just going to get the pattern and it won't look like mine. Because I'll put long sleeves in a pattern that's only got cap sleeves. If you're not good at adapting, then you know it's, you know, if you're the kind of person who has to follow the pattern from A to Z, I'm not your woman, if you know what I mean. I don't say I'm a designer because that sounds very highfalutin. I am not a designer. I usually have an idea in my head from something I've seen. You know, I won't say I'm a copyist, but I sort of, not steal ideas, that's the wrong word to use. I use ideas of things I've seen, Pinterest or whatever, that don't have a pattern or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I know how to do that, I can do that, yeah. And then of course they're always the ones that people say to me, do you have the pattern for that? No. I just looked at the picture on Pinterest. I mean, Sue, as you know, is far better at things like this than I am. She makes things that are like odd shapes, and she's showing them to me when she's crocheting them, and I can't see where she's going at all. It's not computing. And I'm like, I don't get that. And she's saying, well, you see, I'm going to crochet a bit here, and I'm going to crochet a bit there, and then it'll do this, and it'll do that. And I'm like, no, I don't get that at all. Then a couple of weeks later, she turns up with the finished article, and I'm like, now I get that. And again, they are always the garments that people say, which pattern did Sue use? And Sue is worse than me at not following a pattern. She's much, much worse than me. Kelly's the only person I know that vaguely follows a pattern. But we're all as bad as each other. We're all adapters. We're all zhuzhers, whatever you want to call it, when you zhuzh a pattern up, yeah. You don't like the stitch you're using, so you think, no, I don't like that stitch, I'll do that stitch, which is quite similar, but it doesn't have all the roundabout and the... I don't know, because some patterns, when they're trying to explain a stitch to me, they confuse me. And you're doing it the way they're telling you, and you're thinking, hang on a minute, I've got a stitch in my stitch pattern book that looks identical to that, but you don't do it that way. So I'll go to my stitch pattern book and I'll look up the stitch that I've seen, and I do that, and you can't tell the difference between the two things. And yet mine that I've just copied out the stitch book was like 10 times easier than the way that they've explained it on the pattern. So this is why I don't do everything to the pattern. This is why I jiggle about a bit, yeah. Oh, I've got a little teeny fly, and it's so small, it's almost the size of a flea, but it is a fly. Manny, I'm being plagued with fruit flies in the kitchen. I had some, no, what, they weren't peaches, what, plums. And one of them, unbeknownst to me, had gone a bit soft. So I noticed it and picked it up, you know, out the fruit bowl to put it in the bin, and just myriads of these fruit flies just... I mean, where did they come from? That's what I want to know. You know, how come they suddenly appear when there's a fruit that's gone a bit soft? How come that millions of the things, and they're so teeny, they're teenier than a flea, arrive from somewhere, and you're like, where did they come from? And then you're chasing them for ages in the kitchen because they're everywhere, like a cloud, you know. Oh, somebody's barbecuing chicken. Oh, don't you feel like knocking on people's doors? Oh, that smells so good. The great ones for barbecuing around here. Very annoying. Not annoying, just annoying because you don't know who's doing it, and you don't know them well enough to knock on the door saying, have you got a spare bit of chicken left over? Well, we used to have a big barbecue at the bottom. Well, it's still there, but I don't use it. It's a massive big barbecue, like feeding the army. And, you know, sometimes next door, either way at the time, would say, oh, we've got a barbecue going. Do you mind if we put a piece of chicken, burgers, sausages, whatever they've got? Do you mind if we put them on the grill? Because they knew the grill was huge. And like there was only the three of us, so we just never used, what, 3/4 of the grill. We only used about the quarter in the middle there. So, you know, we say, yeah, give them here, we'll tell you when they're ready. So we used to stick them on the grill for them, yeah. But I've never been a burger person. Not even... I did used to eat burgers when my daughter-in-law was here, because she made her own. right from scratch. She made her own burgers. But I just don't like the taste of the burgers at all. They put all sorts in them, don't they? Whereas my daughter-in-law used to just put bits of herbs and spices and that, but mostly it was just the meat and the onion with something to bind it together, like some egg or something to bind it together. But I just don't like these fast food burgers. They just taste weird to me. I got some KFC for the first time in years the other day. Because I was on, I think I was on Google. I think it was Jenny who said, well, I've never known you eat KFC. I said, no, I just fancied it, just out of the blue, just fancied it. But I ate 2 little pieces of it, then I didn't want the rest. It's in the fridge. I don't know why, I just had a whim. I wanted this chicken. I never get a whim for KFC, not KFC, McDonald's though, I never get a whim for them. The only thing I like at McDonald's is the McFlurries, you know, the ice creamy drinks with chocolates in them. I would just go in and get one of those instead of getting anything to eat. Yeah, I do like those. But by and large, we're not really, when I say we're not fast food people, I am in one way in the fact I'll order a Chinese, takeaway to be delivered. But then I divide it into 3 and it does me 3 meals, because that's the way I justify having to pay the amount of money that I pay for a Chinese dinner. I make it do 3 times. But no more takeaways now, because I had my fish last night. It's gorgeous from the fish and chip shop up the road. Beautiful, beautiful fish. And so I had my fish. I've had KFC this week. I've had something else that I bought. So I thought, nope, got to be good this week. Got to be good. I can't remember what I've got for dinner. I think it's chicken with rice, I think I've got. It's a ready meal, but hey ho. As I told you, I've got full of aches and pains. I just feel like I've been at the gym, which is rather a joke, if you know me. They did put me on a gym program once about 2-3 years ago. I hated it. Hated it. It wasn't the exercises. I used to love going to an exercise class where there was lots of ladies and we were all doing the same thing to music and that. I used to love that. But a gym to me is very lonely. You're just there on your little pedal bike, aren't you? Pedaling on the road to nowhere. All right, you can take headphones, you can do it. I don't have any of that gizmo stuff. I don't have any. If I'm listening to music, I'm listening to it in the house, so I don't need any portable stuff. And my phone doesn't do like music with earphones. I'm old. I'm not technological. Oh. But gyms, no. I went about 3 times and I was just bored and rigid. So it's not for me. Not for me. How these people are gym bunnies and they go there all the time and every day and all that. It's like Chinese water torture to me. But if I was fit and you asked me to go belly dancing, or you asked me to go and do aerobics like we used to call it, I don't know what they call it now. My day it was aerobics, probably something fancy now. And, you know, do exercises with other people. I'm fine. But jogging has never held any interest to me. Running down the road on my own, no thank you. Swimming if I have a partner, you know, somebody swimming with me. Not too bad with that, but I can't concentrate when I'm on my own. Just doing laps, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. Boring. The jacuzzi's more like life these days. The things we would love to have if we had the money. I would love a hot tub at the end of the deck, so I could climb in that and bubble away there. But I don't know whether I'd be able to crochet while I was in the hot tub without letting the water drop in the water.